Okay, we are live. I am grabbing pop-up chat from YouTube. I want to say hi to William Pardmore. He arrived a few minutes early. Hello to everyone else who is lurking and watching soon. Gotta get this pop-up chat.
And change this here.
Easier.
There we go.
Whoop. Yep. Pause the live video on YouTube. I don't need that plane. I just need my chat. Gypsy's here. Hi, baby sis.
Hi.
So how old are you?
I turned 32 in March.
I turned 7 in fall.
In
All right.
October.
In October.
So 7 and 32. Jack is going to be 13 in 2 days on Friday. And that's kind of hard to believe sometimes.
You got a birthday coming up, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have a pretty fun weekend. We're gonna do a couple of videos on like some of the things. You know, we do a lot of stuff. So we talked a little bit about wellness, and
Would you stop?
so we do some videos on wellness. That's kind of what the whole thing was related to when we did like when we kind of started the whole channel, and then it branched over into not only just, you know, eating healthy or exercising, but things like aquariums. Aquariums are an awesome coping mechanism. They're a wonderful hobby, a wonderful stress reliever. And we started seeing when we looked at a lot of folks online and fish tubers that a lot of people, and even if you look at like Joey, you know, from King of DIY, he's been pretty open about it, and lots of other people have been open about it, that they started aquariums as a good coping mechanism, you know?
Yeah. And I cannot get my pop-up chat to work properly. So for my side, I'm going to be a little bit behind with the StreamYard chat. So everybody please be patient. If I don't see it right away, it just hasn't popped up yet. Maybe you can help catch stuff on your side if you've got the pop-up chat.
Yeah, I've got them both open. But
okay.
So yeah, I mean, you know, it was.
My sister is commenting on your fish. She says, "Orange fishies! Is the black fish the sucky fish that cleans glass?"
Yeah, so we have a.
Let's go.
Yeah,
we have a lot of fish in this tank. It's a big 220 gallon. It's one of the biggest tanks I've ever had. And we built the aqua cave thing. And that's for the turtle.
Okay, he's trying to talk, baby. Let him finish talking, and then you can. You need to let other people talk first. When he's already talking, you wait your turn.
How many tanks do you guys have now?
How many tanks do we have?
2.
Okay. What interested you guys in having tanks? Like, when did you start having tanks?
Well,
before this Christmas in summer.
It was my idea to get fish back in June of last year. What it was is I'd been wanting a pet of some kind in that apartment. And I found out from the rental office that fish are allowed. So I asked if there was a limit, because I had been walking home one day from the store and I passed a dumpster that someone had just put out a tank that they weren't wanting to keep anymore, and I grabbed it, and that was my hexagon tank that I originally started the channel with.
Oh, cool.
And
There's Jack.
I started doing.
Go this way so you can avoid the mess. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm trying to tell him to go around so he doesn't run through the mess left from the work.
Yep. And then I had started doing research, and finally I managed to convince my boyfriend to let me get the fish for it. And he said, you do your research and make sure the fish you get aren't going to outgrow the tank. So I did the research, I did the math, and that's how we ended up with the 3 goldfish that we started out with.
Yeah. Goldfish are usually a pretty good start, you know. Goldfish work pretty well for a lot of folks.
Yeah. And then
Everything's black and white.
Yeah, Kaya. I'm trying to talk, baby. You need to be patient and wait your turn. I'm trying to explain something, and it's hard to think when you're talking over me. Okay. Now where was I?
The goldfish, because they weren't going to outgrow the hexagon tank.
Okay. Eventually I noticed a crack forming on the front of the tank, and it was on the inside. So I was getting really paranoid that if the fishing swim by, brush against the glass, they might cut themselves, you know.
Sure.
So I managed to get a 29-gallon during Petco's $1 per gallon sale.
Right.
Because a 29-gallon tank is usually like $60-$70, and I got it for half price.
Yeah, good.
So I got the goldfish in there, and then I had the scare of running out of water conditioner. So I wasn't able to do a water change fast enough, and then when I did finally get more and was able to do the water change, it ended up killing the fish from it being too much of a shock from the water change. So for a little bit we were without fish, but luckily before the goldfish had died, we had them for a grand total of 6 months. And Joseph's Tanktopia is here.
What's up, Joe? Here, Jack just got here too, so
Hi, Jack.
Share earbuds with him there. I got some kind of splitter thing that was supposed to work, but it didn't work or something again, so I don't know what's up with that.
And Guy is popping in to say hi too.
And I got a couple missing tooths.
Yeah.
So basically you got the 29 gallons. That's good. So how many? So you got the 29, and what's your other tank?
The other tank is actually what we managed to acquire before the goldfish died. The $1 per gallon sale was happening again. I managed to get a 10-gallon tank, and Kaya found, and I had convinced my boyfriend to let Kaya get her own tank. She got a 10-gallon, and it's got a lid light. Actually, no, hers was the full starter kit from Walmart. I was originally going to use it as a hospital tank, but then Kaya ended up finding baby Molly's at Petco as adoption. Kaya ended up paying $1.25, just 25 cents for 7 Molly fry.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I remember seeing that video.
Yep. And okay, hopefully the laptop doesn't die on me. I'm also going to disconnect from the Ethernet, so I might lag a little.
That's okay.
Here is how well Kaya's mollies are doing. They're actually pretty big. And then
Yeah, mollies are fun, especially for kids because they're Livebearers, and that's awesome.
yeah, and Kaya is so proud of her lid. She's got everybody's sticker on there so far.
Yeah, I think I sent you some more too.
Yeah, it's because
Did you get those yet?
I actually got them in the mail yesterday.
Awesome. Hey, did you see your sweatshirt? Jack just got here. His mom just dropped him off. Go over there on the table, grab your sweatshirt. We'll show her. We'll do our
I'll put it on.
Yeah, we'll do our release on Serena's channel here.
Yeah, and my lid is just one of those glass hinged things.
Yep.
And the light is from the hex tank, so it's not full size.
Yeah.
But when I replace the lid and light combo, I'm going to need a new copy of everybody's stickers, sadly, because I can't take these off without them, ripping in half. But we currently have replacing the goldfish in the 29-gallon. I don't know if you can see them. They tend to hide out at the top here. Tequila Sunrise Guppies.
Yeah, those are nice.
We got a total of 7 of them. 3 boys and we had 8 of them. 3 boys and 5 girls. We lost one girl at Christmas. She was like twice the size, so she was pretty old. But before she died, I don't know if you can see them real well, but these little guys right here.
Yeah.
She left a total of 4 before she died. There's 2 females and 2 males from her. And this is how big they are already. And I don't know if you can see the colors on the male here, but he's got lots of red on him.
It's cool. Yeah, it's nice to do any kind of Livebearers like that because you can have a lot of fun.
And these guys, I've discovered that if I sit here and wiggle my finger, they will all come swarm over to see what's going on.
That's cool.
Ignore the red on my finger. It's from soap coloring. I know it looks like blood, but it's not. I was messing with soap color. But these guys have already made 29
Wow.
babies.
That's awesome. We're gonna try to start
29
doing
babies from one girl, and the other 3 are pregnant, and 2 of them are about to pop. So it's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna start doing a little more breeding. We kind of go through a really, really busy season with my job in the wintertime and with the holidays and everything going on. So now things will start to calm down a little bit. We'll be able to spend a little more time on our hobby. But how you doing, Heavy Hitters? Heavy Hitters 2021. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. But we really appreciate that too. That's really nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the chat on my phone just because I know that won't yell at me. I can just pause the
Show
video.
her, your sweatshirt. Maybe you want to stand up or something. Take your thing out so I don't hit you. But so we did get all.
Nice.
Yeah, we did get merch and everything lined up, and we're adding more things, and we're going to be doing a big announcement. We're probably going to shoot that this weekend, and then ultimately release that Monday. We have a lot of big announcements coming up. For one thing, we're doing all the merch now. Along with the merch, what we're doing through Teespring is we're kind of we're trying to price them a little more reasonably. We're not making them incredibly expensive or what Teespring recommends. We're lowering the price on that. We're not looking to make a ton of money on it. We just want our subscribers and other YouTubers and fans and everything to be able to get them. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a fundraiser, thanking everybody, and due to the fact that we broke 11,000, we actually, the other day, it was kind of neat. We had 11,111 subscribers. So it was 11111. And so we're going to kind of do a video talking about that, thanking everyone, and then talking about the fact that we now have the merch. And what we're going to do is, and this is forever, we're going to take half of anything that comes from that merch and we're going to donate it to the Red Cross.
Okay, cool.
And the reason that we're doing that, of course, is because, everything that's going on, I've always been affiliated with the Red Cross. Jack and I do a lot of fundraisers for the Special Olympics, for the Red Cross. We do wigs for kids. We've always done those things for years and years, ever since Jack was born. And before he was born, I was doing those things. But the Red Cross is kind of near and dear to me because I'm a nurse, and they just do so much.
Has something to show off real quick.
Okay. How you doing? Look at that.
Turn your head so they can see the sides.
That's great. So did you color that on there?
It's logo.
Yeah.
Great. That's great.
We got fish. Got fish's first official mask.
That's awesome. Yeah, we actually have.
You can take it off now if you want, or you can go play.
Because of everything going on with the virus, the first thing we made was the masks.
Yeah.
And we made them very cheap. They're only $10,
Yeah.
So that's why
I'm gonna hold it up here so people can see it better.
That's awesome. She did a great job. Yeah, I mean, basically, we're just trying.
I actually did this myself. I was trying to cut out one for an adult. It works great this way, except it don't reach.
Yeah.
But it reaches it perfect on her. So now I just have to go around and properly sew the edges to put like a hem on them.
Yeah.
So that they don't fray and stuff. And she's got the first official Got Fish prototype mask.
Awesome.
Yes.
Does your daughter find making the videos very fun?
She tries to focus the talking on just her and her random 5-year-old chit chat.
Sure.
And forgets that the stream is because it's about fish and people are trying to ask fish questions. And then when there's not enough questions for her to answer, she tends to get sad, and it's like,
sure.
Well, people aren't wanting to hear your random 5-year-old stuff. Doesn't mean they don't want to hear you talk. They just want to hear more like how your fish are doing and stuff like that,
It's hard to have it. It's hard, kids don't really want to have a lot of structure. They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
Especially when they're 6 and 4.
We have a lot of fun when we make the videos. We should do like a lot of people keep the bloopers and stuff. We never really did that. And Jack and I were talking, we're like, we need to try to keep more of those. Some of them I've been adding in at the end of the videos, but of course there's bloopers and stuff. And we were kind of talking about how we should do like a whole video of like all the bloopers together or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is fun. Sometimes we crack up. Sometimes we start laughing. We have a lot of fun with the videos, but they also really do serve a purpose. We do want to help people. We do want to teach people about, you know, being healthier. And again, part of that is having a great hobby. And of course, you know, fish keeping and aquariums and plants and botany and gardening and all of those are wonderful, healthy hobbies. And we try to share as much as we can about them from the stuff that we know. We try to give people tips. We try to give people pointers and ideas.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people are intimidated by this hobby. They're afraid that they won't know about it, and it's really not that hard. You start small, you work your way up, you start to learn about filtration and microbiome.
Starting small is the building blocks. You gotta start small and then work up.
Yeah. And between the goldfish and getting the guppies, I had a rather ouch to the budget type mistake that I had to learn from. I am not meant to have tetras. I am not meant to be a tetra person. I don't know what it was, but my water and my local fish shop's waters are the exact same. She even did the tests herself. My water tested out to be exactly the same as hers. But for some reason, I had a total of 11 cardinal tetras die before I got the guppies. And the guppies have been thriving where the tetras ended up dying right away. And I don't know why. But it was a hard hit to take, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to check your water. If you don't have a tank that's well developed yet, you got to check the parameters on the tank. When you get to the point where you've got a lot of tanks around like we do, you know, you can use, like when we did videos recently on our princess tank, we just took a bunch of sponge filters out of the other tank and, you know, put it in there. I mean, that way a microbiome was already established. And I mean, it's, you know, little tricks like that. When you're setting up like your first tank ever, it can take, you know, a while. When you have other tanks, you know, you could do those kind of tricks and stuff. And that's really what it's about. If you get the filters and you clean them in the new tank, or if you got some gravel or substrate or something.
Take with the tetras because it wasn't starting a new tank. I already had the tank set up, but there must have been just like too much stress or something. But they just didn't want to thrive in my tank, which just said, yes, you can have a spice drop.
There's Dan. How you doing? How you doing, Kenny and Danny? I don't know which one's here. People always say that when we say stuff, but maybe both of you, maybe one of you. But hi, guys.
Kenny.
Yeah.
It's usually Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important. Like guys like them, I mean, he's got 75 or so tanks. If he sets up a new tank, I mean, he could take, you know,
people with
gravel from another tank, sponge filter from another tank. I mean, then you're going to set up a tank right away. You don't really have to cycle it very much. But when you're setting up that first tank, and some fish can be more sensitive than others, you know.
I'm sorry, distracted. It's Kenny.
You know, those kind of things, they just take time, you know. I mean, ultimately, once you get more tanks set up, it's not so tough to set one up anymore because, you know, you've got that substrate, you've got those filters, you've got that microbiome, and
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to do. I could take a couple pieces of lava rock out of the bottom of this and throw them in a tank, and they're full of, bacteria and
Yeah.
flora and fauna and everything else, because they've got all those little holes in them. And that's why we like the lava rock. It's a really great substrate, but you can really only use it in a pretty large tank. You can put pieces of lava rock, like larger pieces, in a tank that, but we decided for this one, we want to do something different and just use it as the entire substrate. We like the way it looks. The red kind of matches with the stand. A lot of people have actually asked us about this stand. We're probably going to do a whole video just on this stand, because people ask us about it a lot. And
what size is that tank?
This is a 220, so it's 6 feet long. But this stand, this is in a room when we're kind of turning this room into a fish room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ultimately this is a room that we walk through a lot. It connects like the bedrooms to like the kitchen in the front of the house. And it's not really like a living room. We have another living room. We have like a TV and all that kind of stuff. This is just, it can be used as a dining room, but we don't use it as a dining room. We have the dining room like in the kitchen. So we basically are going to turn it into an aquarium room. And
it makes sense. I mean, it's one way to use a room that would otherwise be unused.
Well, the nice part about it too is it's in the middle of the house, so people walk through it all the time. But you can come in here and you can sit down and you can relax and you can watch the tanks or read or whatever. There's not a TV in this room. It's kind of like a relaxation room. But the nice part about it is ultimately it will be filled with tanks. We will have some chairs and stuff in it. But it's also nice to have the tanks higher, so that when you pass through the room standing, you don't have to bend over to look at them.
Level.
You're right. And so that's why we decided to make this higher, and we are going to make the other tanks that we add to this room higher as well. Okay. And so we reached out to our LFS. We've done quite a few videos on our LFS, and they're amazing. They're called Best in Pets. And they had a friend of their family who was like a retired cabinet maker.
No.
Oh, wow.
And he was quite old. I mean, he was in his 80s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s when we knew him. He has since retired and moved to Florida. They do have other connections of people. But anyway, he offered, if you look at aquarium stands of this size, and specifically to get them higher, they can be anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000 or more. Oh, especially to be actual furniture. I mean, you can make a wood stand, but to be a piece of furniture that is, stained in the whole 9 yards. So he made this in his garage for us for about $800.
Oh, wow. That's a steal.
I thought so too. And so we gave him $800 cash. He made it in his garage. Took him about a month. I mean, he took his time. He's retired. I'm like, there's no hurry. And this was a part of a whole project we were building. So anyway, he brought it over, and we feel like we got a really good deal to do that. And it's a beautiful stand. He put the self-closing cabinets. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And we didn't want. I mean, a lot of people have fish rooms in their basement or in other rooms. And I've had those kind of stands, but we just figured this is the middle of our home. It's the centerpiece of our home.
Yeah.
We wanted to kind of go that extra mile, and we thought that it was worth the extra money to spend. We are going to be.
Say it was worth it, because that tank and stand, it looks awesome behind you guys.
Hey, thanks. Now, what I did.
A lot of the times, I feel like maybe it's a green screen picture of a tank in your house, not that the tank is actually sitting that high up.
Yeah. It does look like that.
Hey, Kenny, have a great day working, buddy. I know that you're just back to work recently. I heard you say that on one of your streams, so that's awesome. Have fun, man.
Bye, Kenny.
Stop it in, dude. We have a multitude of streams coming up because we're kind of celebrating a lot of these things that have happened, reaching 11,000 subscribers. Well, 11,111. doing the fundraiser for the Red Cross. We weren't able to do wigs for kids this year because of COVID. We weren't able to do the Special Olympics this year because of COVID. So we thought that we would do something for the Red Cross. And this is just going to be a forever thing. We're in the future. We are going to continue to do fundraisers for those guys like we always do. But as far as our merch goes and Teespring goes, half of all of that's going to go to the Red Cross, and that's going to be indefinite because we just love the Red Cross. We love what they do. We think they're an amazing organization. I've worked with them drawing blood, you know, as an RN for 30 years now. And I just think that they're a fantastic organization. We're going to have a live stream on Monday with Larry D. We're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff. And 4 days after that, on Friday, the 29th, we are going to be on Ohio Fish Rescue's Fishy Friday live stream with them.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be a really big one. And
I
we're
need
going
to contact him to try to get a sticker.
we have
I
some.
have one. I think it came in the envelope with the first set of stickers you sent me.
Yeah.
But when I replace the lid, I'm going to need a new one to put on my tank.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, Jack's very excited. So Jack's birthday is this Saturday. So, you know, this is kind of like, it'll be like a really big birthday stream. We're going to be talking about Jack turning 13 because of the COPA laws.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's nice. A lot of people, when we started this channel, you know, Jack was 11 and then he was 12 and now he'll be 13. When the COPA laws hit about a year ago, a lot of people got a little nervous, and other YouTubers, like, you know, we would watch their videos, we would comment, we would support them, and they wouldn't really support us back. And I kind of found out that the reason was, you know, because of the COPA laws, they seemed to be a little bit nervous about being affiliated with a channel, but
That had a minor.
Well, the way that YouTube sees it is they consider you a kid if you're under 13. And so because of those regulations, but we didn't make our channel for kids because our channel isn't for kids.
No, not.
No, the channel's for everybody.
Right. But the thing
Just
is,
like mine, it's not listed as a kids channel because it's not kid stuff. It's stuff for everybody. I mean, 5, 6 years ago, when I first created my channel, my very first video on the channel is a My Little Pony video. After that, it was me attempting to do videos of me playing Minecraft. That didn't work. And then I started the fish journey and started the videos when I first got the goldfish 7 months ago now. And in that 7 months, I've gone from like 5 subscribers to that many.
Yeah. Well, it's a
just
wonderful
7
community.
months. When I first started out in that first month back in June, I went from 5 to 15 subscribers in like 2 weeks. It blew my mind.
Well, the FishTube community is wonderful. The Fish Fam, as they refer to, you know, a lot of people refer to it and all that. I mean, it's wonderful. They're very nice people. It's all about learning from each other. We got to meet a lot of folks. We you know, we got connected with a lot of people. We were also very lucky that some of our videos were featured on the news and also on some pretty big websites like Interesting Engineering. Some of our designs were kind of featured and talked about. And in many other countries on the news, we got a lot of emails from news channels saying, hey, can we post your video? And I said, of course. That's the whole point of doing this, is we want to share it.
Yeah.
We met a guy named Mark who did the same idea that we did, but he actually patented it, and he's going to send us one for to keep as like a keepsake kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people make comments about, you know, did you ever patent any of your designs or any of your products. There's a whole story behind all of that. And part of that is going to start unfolding in some of our future videos, because we actually did talk to World Patent Marketing years and years ago. I've been doing this a long time. And we did.
I should maybe help you get your help with doing that for or her idea. The whole got fish thing, logo, name, everything. It's all her idea.
That's great. That's a great idea, kiddo.
It's all her. Got fish is 100% from the mind of a 6-year-old.
Yeah, and all these ideas
So
and all
far,
these creative
everybody's
things.
been loving it.
Yeah,
Ever
it's a great
since
idea.
she came up with this design. She is the one who designed this. All I did was color the very first one. This is all her. Design, name, the entire thing is all her. I should get like a patent or trademark or something to protect
You
this.
can definitely research it. Like I said,
you should save that
Yeah.
to remember it.
Yeah,
I
save it
also
for
need
sure.
to do that for the other thing that I do, which is this one. Rena's Customs. This is the one this is the name I use whenever I do like my lip glosses or my soaps that I still need to get shipped off to William Pridemore. Last week was my very first ever attempt at a giveaway. The whole stream was me showing how I make the soaps from start to finish, how I make them. And then at the end, I did a giveaway to have the soap that I just made on the stream be the prize for the giveaway, and William won it, and I still need to get it shipped off to him.
That's great.
But I also do, I do the lip gloss, I do soaps, I do candles, wax melts, I do face masks, I do custom. You name what you want on it, I do it. You get 2 masks for $5. I do t-shirts, hats, $10 a piece.
Awesome.
I'll do like tote bags, messenger bags, backpacks for 15. And the only thing I need to know is what you want on it. Everything is 100% freehand. Nothing is traced. Nothing is printed. It is all unique, one of a kind. No two are the same.
That's awesome.
They're kind of like a self-run Teespring almost.
Yeah. And for an example, Jack, do you watch anime at all?
Yeah, I do.
Hold the cup. Don't drink. Just hold.
Oh, that's cool.
All 100% freehand.
That's awesome. So did you take arts or graphic arts or anything like that?
No,
like in
this is
school,
100% self-taught.
So you just are a person that's just good at art, and you said, hey, I'm going to do this as a creative outlet. That's great.
For Fairy Tale, this is 100% freehand, okay? Here is the original that I copied off of.
That's great.
I think I did pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that, for an example of my skills, that's original design, official design, versus freehand.
You got skills.
Yeah.
The only problem is here in North Dakota, not a single person to buy from. The only person I've ever had as a customer is my aunt out in Michigan State. And then just the other day, I sold a soap to a coworker at my job. And while talking about his soap and showing it off, a random customer asked to buy her own soap. Other than my aunt, non-family related, I've only had 2 official customers.
Have you
Yeah.
tried eBay?
I have not tried eBay, but I've got my stuff posted on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, DeviantArt, Etsy, but nobody interested, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. That's the nice part about YouTube is, it gives you another outlet, and some of it is just sharing the ideas. Like a lot of people have said to us, well, why don't you make aqua bridges like that? People will buy them. And I'm like, well, that's not really why we're doing this. We're doing it to show people how to do it themselves.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not marketing.
Like it's a DIY kind of thing. And we have a lot of these creative ideas, and we're trying to say, try this. And it is interesting, like Jack was saying, because I started this years ago. I used to put ads in the back of Popular Mechanics. And I've talked about this on other people's live streams and interviews and stuff. You might not remember Popular Mechanics, might be a little before your time, but it was a magazine.
I was born 89. So.
Yeah, so back in the day, there wasn't the internet and stuff. There were journals and there were magazines, and people put ads in the back, and you could write letters and communicate that way, and things were different. But anyway,
Snail mail, the only way to do anything.
Yeah. What I did is I posted a bunch of my designs in Popular Mechanics, and I sold them. People would send you, back then, they would send cash, $5 or $10 in the mail, or a money order, or a cashier's check. Money orders were very popular. And I would sell these booklets, and it was very interesting. It was very cool to connect with people all over the world, but it just took a lot longer. Now it's instantaneous.
Right, now you've got direct message.
Somebody's wondering if anybody has a question for her.
Yeah, so
Come on, let them think and talk.
Yeah. So what
They
is?
can't ask you questions if you're talking 100% of the time.
So I would ask her what
Come
her
back over
favorite
here.
thing is to do. Like, does she like to draw? What's her favorite creative hobby?
Hey, come here. He's trying to ask you something. Here, ask again.
Yeah. What is your favorite creative hobby? Like, what do you like to do the best?
Draw. Art.
Draw. Okay, good. That's a great hobby.
Like with pens or crayons.
Do you want to go get one of your pictures?
Yes.
I think being creative in any way, in any, whether it's for some people it might be plants, it might be yard work, it might be gardening, it might be landscaping. For other people it might be painting or drawing. For other people it might be music. These are great creative outlets, and we need to have them. That's a great job, kiddo.
And that's from a 6-year-old.
It's fantastic.
Back when I was 5 years old. And that's from an episode on Disney.
Here's another one on the backside.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Hey, favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie? Well, I have a couple, like Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan's pretty good. We just watched the movie Mulan.
Yeah.
Ariel.
That was a good one.
And Ariel, Little Mermaid.
Did you guys see the movie Mulan yet?
We've not seen the live action one
good.
yet.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably.
Guess what Mommy saw at the dollar store? I was so tempted to buy it for you. Guess what I saw?
What?
Frozen 2 stencil.
Whoa. But you couldn't afford it?
No, I didn't know if I should grab it right now or not.
I'll grab it tomorrow.
Go back to the dollar store tomorrow, Mom. Get that stencil.
You want a real reaction? Guess what kind of notebook Mommy saw at the dollar store? A Descendants 3.
Whoa! I love Descendants. That's my favorite movie in the whole wide world.
I told you. Real reaction.
Yeah.
Descendants. Hey, who's your favorite character?
Easy. I mean, wait, no. Uma.
Uma.
What's so?
My name? What's
So
my
you guys watch like superhero movies and stuff?
name? Real life.
Kind of. I've not really sat down and showed superhero movies to these guys yet.
Yeah.
I've not really been sure what to show them, really.
Yeah.
So what's Kaya gonna do? Are you gonna go play with your brother?
I'm just stretching a bit.
And just stretching? Okay.
And how old is your brother?
Questions.
Her brother turns 5 on the 4th of July.
Oh, okay. So they're close.
And then she'll be 7 on October 16th.
And what's her brother's name?
Sebastian.
Oh,
I
okay.
call him Button sometimes.
Buttons?
Button.
And does he like to fish too?
Oh, he goes nuts when he gets to feed the fish.
That's fun.
He goes like, ah!
And anytime you lift him up to see the baby fishies, he goes, fishies!
And
He just loves the guppies. He loves them so much. And I am so happy he loves them because I felt so bad when the goldfish died because I was prepared for them crying about the fact that the goldfish died. But what I was not prepared for was hearing a 4-year-old say, "No, not my wow, mommy, fix my fishy." And him saying, "Mommy, fix the fishy,"
Yeah.
is what really got me and made me hurt. Because
Yeah.
I can't
That's tough.
fix him.
Yeah. Well,
Brienne is here. Brienne Farrell. She just said hello.
hi Brienne.
Yeah.
I have a silly co-host.
Show them our princess tank videos. They'll probably like that tank quite a bit if you guys haven't seen it.
Well, we'll probably watch that here after the stream.
Yeah, it's pretty
Did I
fun.
hear what he said? It's called a princess tank.
Yeah.
I love princesses.
Yeah. We're not totally done with it yet. We're basically making, like a lot of people make a sorority tank. We're calling it a princess tank. We're just doing it a little bit differently. And we're going to basically have this tank of female betas along with some female long-finned albino plecos. Those guys are in there already. We're going to go this weekend and get the pleco or the beta. And
Nice.
we're going to start introducing those guys to our male beta and most likely try to breed them, you know.
Fun.
So that'll be a fun project.
Sounds fun.
Sorry, I keep looking away, but I'm still kind of not really necessarily working, but I'm always working. And this time of day, I get a lot of.
Is that a new phone?
No, I took the case out.
Oh, it looks like it.
I took the case off because I got an adapter so we could both wear separate headphones and it would split. But the problem is the butt of it was big. I had to take the phone out of the case, but then it didn't work anyway. We've tried two of these now. We've tried 2 of these now and they haven't worked. So I don't know.
Well, I'd say that just sounds like a waste of money then. If 2 of them don't work, I
Well,
say try
yeah,
to get
the
your
nice
money
part-
back and
Yeah.
don't bother.
That's what we did. We did get our money back. It's one of those things. It's kind of odd, but you know, I don't know. I might work out something different for live streams or figure out a way to do a different kind of mic or whatever. But we're not sure if we're going to do our own live streams. We never have yet. We really like making the videos because we can kind of do it on our time. Our schedule is really kind of busy and sporadic. And if we had a time where we did live streams, I feel like it might be tough for us to adhere to that because our schedule is very flexible and we can kind of do videos whenever we want.
Yeah.
So we might have a weekend where we're not that busy and we might do 5 or 6 videos in one weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then we might not do them for several weeks. And that's one of the reasons we do them ahead of time is because sometimes we get busy and we can't do them. So we try to keep up with that by doing more when we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
The other thing,
as you're busy, you can just post one that you've already recorded and
yeah, like
be able to get them out for people.
yeah, like Jack went to visit his sister in North Carolina for Christmas because they hadn't really seen each other much. And she was off and she's a teacher. So she's just been working from home, you know, and they hadn't seen each other lately. So Pamela and I went to Vegas. And so we shot a series. I mean, every day we shot videos. We did some workout videos. We did some aquarium videos. We did some, you know, plant-based recipes and stuff.
We saw your restaurant video posted earlier.
From today, right. Yeah, that was a fun one.
The Christmas at the vegan restaurant.
Yeah, we spent Christmas brunch there. Now, for Christmas dinner, we went to a real fancy place called the Eiffel Tower restaurant, which is in the Paris. And that's one of the fanciest restaurants you can go to in Vegas. And it's always been one of my favorites because you overlook the Bellagio fountains at night. So if you go there for dinner and you get a window seat, you know, the Bellagio fountains are below you going off every 15 minutes.
Wow. I would love to be able to travel anywhere. As it is, I'm stuck right here in North Dakota. I can't go anywhere. The farthest I can go is Minnesota, and that's only because the city bus goes a little bit into Moorhead, and that's it.
I never used to be too much of a travel guy, but I got into it, and I have luckily been able to take Jack. Usually about twice a year, we try to do things. Now, because of the virus, we have not been able to as much. Yeah, Joe, you're gonna love the video we did. I took Pamela for Christmas dinner to the Paris, and they did a whole vegan menu for us. They have chefs there that'll kind of just make food as you order it if you have something different. So you're gonna love this. And the salad is amazing. When you go to a fancy place like this, they actually made the bowl out of the cucumbers. And so they wrapped cucumbers around, and then the salad was in there, and then there was like an avocado dressing because it was all plant-based and vegan. And then we had something called a cauliflower steak. I never had a cauliflower steak before, but it was amazing the way they did it. They basically made a huge steak of cauliflower, and they seasoned it, and they put asparagus around it and all this red pepper sauce. And I'll tell you what, it was fantastic. And so, you know, it was very romantic, and it was very nice to spend the holiday together.
If you hadn't explained how the menu and everything on it was plant-based before you actually showed that Philly cheesesteak sandwich you had,
like
I wouldn't have believed you that it was not meat.
So that cheesesteak was made out of wheat gluten. So they can you know how they make tofu out of like soy protein? They can actually make something called seitan out of wheat protein, which is they take like the gluten. Now, if you have a gluten intolerance, obviously you can't have it, but I don't have a gluten issue.
Yeah.
So they actually, it tastes almost incredibly like steak. It's amazing. And again, those types of restaurants, you can get like a Buddha bowl or something totally healthy and vegan, or you can say, hey, you know, I haven't had a Philly cheesesteak in 15 years since I went plant-based, and then you can have something like that. So, especially in a place like Vegas, we went to a lot of those. So we did a few videos on there. We did a few workout videos. I did shoot some footage, but when Jack and I go back, I'm going to take Jack there. We're going to try to meet back up with Brett Raymer because, you know, we got to meet with him. That was really an awesome experience. If you haven't seen that video, it's right on our homepage. We got connected with those guys because we actually sent some of our videos when we first started the channel to ATM and to Animal Planet. And so we got connected with them, and they responded, and they sent us some lights, and we did videos on those lights.
Ash's
and all that.
has joined us.
How you doing, Ash? Nice to see you. And so, you know, again, it's all related. I mean, we got to meet a lot of people through the channel. We got to do a lot of cool things. And we try to do, you know, Wednesdays are always Wellness Wednesdays. We might do a workout. We might do a recipe. We might go to a restaurant like we did in Vegas and kind of share. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people, like when we post stuff like that, and they go, wow, I didn't even know that that restaurant had plant-based options. Or they might say, hey, I've never heard of that place. So next time I go to Vegas or Florida, when we were in Florida, we did some videos like that. Anywhere we go, and they go, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. So, you know, that's why we do this, is we want to make people more aware of ideas, whether it's with their aquariums, whether it's eating, whether it's exercising. We're trying to give people good ideas to be healthier. And, you know, aquariums are an amazing coping mechanism, just like we said in the beginning when we started talking. They're a wonderful coping mechanism. They help with stress. They help with anxiety. They help with depression. But they also help to just have something relaxing to do. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. That's why you see aquariums in hospitals and doctors' offices and dentists' office, because they've been proven scientifically through research to help reduce stress. And
because you just zone out on the fish swimming, and suddenly you're the fish in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also they're in restaurants a lot to make.
Yeah, restaurants. So when we go to places like that, we share those. It might be like a Wellness Wednesday video where we're showing that we're getting like a vegetable stir fry. But then if they have a pond there, like we did one at Fujiyama where we went for Halloween, we went to play CLE and we did a big Ninja Warrior workout for 4 hours. And then we went to Fujiyama, which is basically a hibachi restaurant. But a lot of people don't know that you can go to a hibachi restaurant and eat plant-based. And so we kind of shared how we did that. Now for Jack's birthday, we're going to be going to a place called Mongolian Barbecue. If you've never been to one of those, it's where they have a big, huge grill in the middle. It's similar to doing hibachi.
We have a Mongolian barbecue place here. It's called Hoo Hot.
Cool.
And they have, let's see, they've got like 4 different types of noodles: chow mein, lo mein, udon, and one more.
So like you pick a noodle, you pick your veggies, you pick your protein.
They've got like 10 different meat options.
Cool.
20 different vegetable options, and 30 different choices for sauces.
Yeah, it's fun.
And they cook it on this giant grill that I'm not kidding you, is probably like 4-5 feet across.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like Jack could probably, with it off, he could probably lay across it and his feet be at one end and his head be at the other end.
Yeah.
Going across lengthwise.
Very similar to where we're going.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that sounds like, that's probably most of them.
Am I missing the same?
No, we're just talking about different restaurants and what they offer.
Yeah, when we kind of started doing this,
we're telling them about
we would mix things up a lot like that. And people were kind of like, well, you should just have one subject or whatever. And we said, well, we're going to do Fish Tank Friday, we're going to do Wellness Wednesday, and Conservation Monday. But also, we don't always do Conservation Monday. It might just be a trip we took, or it might be something we did. But we do a lot of things, and we do talk about the environment a lot. We do talk about Mother Nature and the earth, and you know, trying to do what we can and to help other people find things that they can do. And a lot of people, like when we post things about having solar power or electric cars or electric, I mean, we did a video on our electric lawnmower. It has like 300,000 views because people, when they Google, they want to know about it. And they, of course, you know, sometimes YouTube videos will pop up and they watch our video. And it's nice. I mean, every day we get comments from all over the world about maybe one of our fish tanks or one of our things. And they're like, thank you. I wanted to know about this. And maybe they will ask a specific question, maybe that we forgot to address in the video.
Yeah.
And we'll answer it. And I'll say, you know what, that's good. And if I get a lot of questions, or if we get a lot of questions about something in particular, we'll do another video on it, you know?
Yeah.
We have, like, we're going to do a whole video on this tank that we had put in today, because a lot of people would never think to put a commercial hot water tank in their house but actually it could save you a lot of money over the course of your lifetime because it might.
I wish I had a house.
Yeah, I mean, it might cost
I'm
more
tired of living in an
now, but
apartment.
ultimately it's going to save you a lot of money down the road.
Apartment is
I wish I had a house.
Well, ultimately,
Apartment life, you're very restricted to what you can have.
Yeah.
Like, if I wanted a bigger tank, I would have to get rid of the 2 smaller ones.
yeah, there's definitely restrictions when it comes to an apartment. I had an apartment once that didn't allow fish tanks at all, but I used to work nights, and me and my buddies just snuck it up in the middle of the night, and we never told anybody. And I had a 185 in an apartment. It was right in my living room of the apartment, and I had it there for 3 years, and I was never supposed to have a fish tank at all.
Yeah.
But they never found out about it. So,
Yeah.
but, those are things you do when you're young and you take
All right.
risks and stuff.
All right. I am gonna have to say the sad news now. We've hit our 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Bob Kaler has actually gone live. I do not want to cut
Yeah.
into his time. I know a lot of people like to go watch him. So if anybody has any last minute questions they would like to ask Kaya before we say goodbye, or if you've got anything to ask Jack and Dan, do so now. Otherwise, we're going to say our goodbyes.
Yeah, we just wanted to say, hey, thanks for, having us on. Thanks for sending us the stickers, Kyra. We really appreciate it. It's just a lot of fun doing this. We've got a whole ton of stuff to do tonight, homework, and I got to clean up this mess this guy left from the hot water
It
tank.
looks like a submarine, the water tank. It's a really small one.
Wait till you see this. I mean, we had to cut a whole hole in the wall. We had to take a wall down. I mean, it's nuts. But we'll do a whole video on it. It's a lot of fun. But hey, this is sharing things about our life and being creative is a big part of this. And guys, all we can say is keep being creative, keep having fun, and enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Someone definitely has fun, like
Good.
nonstop.
Good. Well, thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Thanks for checking out.
Not a problem. Thank you for being a guest on this stream. It was fun to have you both on. Hopefully we can do it again.
Sure, for sure. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great New Year.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye, kiddo.
All right. Okay, Kaya, enough now. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching. Thank you to the lurkers, the watchers, everybody in chat. Definitely hit the thumbs up. If you're watching this on the replay, hope you enjoyed the stream. Definitely leave a comment. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry my camera's out of focus right now. But I will see you all again next week, Tuesday. Let's see. Where is calendar? The 26th. Tuesday the 26th. At 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Bye.
Bye. Who's there? Who's there?
Nobody's there.